You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Petra, thank you so much for your Buy Me an Energy Drink request. We appreciate this so much. You are bringing down some Tarja Turunen down the rabbit hole for us with a Wikipedia fact or fiction interview.
Thank you so much, Petra, for bringing this down the rabbit hole. I'm really looking forward to my very first fact or fiction interview. Thank you so much, Petra, for bringing Tarja Turunen's fact or fiction from her Wikipedia down the rabbit hole. I'm really excited for this one because growing up, we were not allowed to use Wikipedia as an information source in school.
Okay.
Because anyone can write a Wikipedia page, anyone can edit it, so it's not always fact, and it is sometimes fiction. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Tarja Turunen let us know what about her Wikipedia page is fact or fiction.
Yes.
This will be my first time seeing a fact or fiction interview with someone, so I'm also excited to see how this goes. If you guys are as excited as we are, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more EntertheCronicness.
I, unlike you, have seen many of these facts or fiction interviews from Loudwire, one of my favorite channels growing up myself, but I've never seen Tarja's version of this. We do want to interview Tarja as well, so I do use Wikipedia when I'm studying for people I'm interviewing, so this is going to be good for me to know which one is fact or fiction, so I don't bring up the fiction to her if we ever get her down the
Absolutely.
All right, Petra, thank you so much. Let's get into this. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Hi, I'm Tarja, and you're watching Loudwire.
It is Loudwire.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey everyone, it's Joe from Loudwire, and it's Wikipedia Fact or Fiction time. And this has been a hard one to get. We've got Tarja here with us. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course.
Tarja?
Tarja.
Are we just the ones saying it wrong, or was that a butch?
No, I think he butchered it. I'm pretty sure it is Tarja.
Yeah, we know.
Got
We know.
Tarja here with us. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. So, we're here to spill the dirt.
Yes.
Maybe, we'll see.
I don't know. Let's see.
So I went through the Wikipedia page, your Wikipedia page, all your solo albums, the Nightwish albums. So
Wow.
we're gonna find out what actually happened
Okay.
and what's
What I've been doing.
some lies. Uh-oh. So easy one for you. Tarja Suarez Susanna Turunen Kabuli, born
Yes.
August 17th, 1977.
Correct.
All right, we're
I
off
have
to a
a
good
really
start.
long name. Gee.
Yeah.
It says you were born in a
Yes.
small village of Puhos near Kitty, Finland. You have an older brother, Timo, and a younger brother, Tony. Your mother, Ritvasisko Marjata Hakarainen, worked in the town administration, and your father, Teovo Turunen, is a carpenter.
Wow, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, they did, yes.
All true.
All
so,
true.
was your dad always building things around the house, furniture?
Well, actually,
things
my
like that?
dad, as a carpenter, we always lived in a house he built. And we were always in the same area, sort of. First, I was born in a very tiny little village that at that time had like 500 inhabitants. Now probably 300. So it's like
Getting
Wow.
smaller.
a country girl. But the Kite, it's a city nowadays. At the time, it was a village, but now it's a city.
Wow.
But still like maybe 9,000 people lives
Pretty
there.
small.
So it's very small. So.
They all know who you are now.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And
And
said,
what I like about this, and something we're learning as interviewers, is the interviewee loves it when you give them a follow-up question.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're just making statements and she's just saying yes or no, then it's nice to say like, hey, I noticed your dad made stuff. Did he make stuff at home? And like, it's just such an easy way to show that you're invested and you're not just following a script.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your music teacher, Plamen Dimov, explained, if you gave Tarja just one note, she immediately got it. With the others, you'd have to practice 3, 4, 5 times. And at school, you had a tough time since some girls bullied you because they envied your voice.
Well, the bullying thing is very true. I don't know, but the rest, I don't know. If it was really like one note, then yeah, I made a song out of the one note.
But you stood out.
No, but yeah, it was like that. Music was actually, because of all the bullying and all that stuff, I was bullied for like 5 years at least. So music was my escape, actually.
Now, pre-Nightwish,
That's crazy because we know how much she still gets bullied. I'm not
She
gonna
does
lie.
still get bullied.
We give her a safe space on this channel so she doesn't get bullied and she can be celebrated. But I've seen so much bullying still happen throughout some of our reactions and on other people's. It's crazy.
It
It's
is
jealousy.
crazy. There's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of like envy even, and
Yeah.
there's so much like the internet is
Cruel.
a cruel space.
Yeah, it is.
The band was supposed to be acoustic mood music
Yeah.
instead of heavy metal. And it says Thomas Holopainen later explained that the band members had gradually realized that your voice had become too dramatic for acoustic mood music and eventually came to the conclusion that the music had to be massive too. Hence, Holopainen decided to form Nightwish as a metal band.
Yes, to support my
Wow, eh?
bigger voice. Because, you know,
Thank
me
God for
being
Tarja.
living in that
Yes.
little tiny village, everybody knew already that I was having the voice to sing. And so I was always participating in many events. And I was the girl who sang, okay? So then when the time took me out, the musical studies and all that, High School of Music, Conservatoire, University of Music, I was 18 when Tuomas came with a demo on my door and asked me to sing on the first Nightwish demo that was acoustic. He did not know that I had already been studying lyrical singing and my voice had become bigger and
Wow.
powerful. So it was a surprise in the studio that really, it was born like the idea of combining these operatic vocals with the heavy metal background.
So obviously, now you were a metal fan
Yeah.
even during this
Yeah.
time, so
Yeah,
it was
but-
just natural for you guys to switch to metal?
Yeah, I was not a metal fan.
Yeah.
That was the
No.
thing.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
I never thought in my whole life becoming a heavy metal singer. No. But it just happened because I took the challenge like something. I felt the music was super beautiful. I felt I was capable of doing that. And since ever I've been a little child, I've been always eager to jump into challenges. And Nightwish was like that for me. It was like a, hey, let's see what's gonna happen. And whoa, things just happened and my life got changed completely.
So what did you think about metal before Nightwish started?
Metallica was my metal.
Yeah.
I mean, I was listening hard rock, that kind of things like Whitesnake, Alice Cooper,
Love that stuff.
Scorpions, all that kind of melodic
Yeah.
bands. But metal was Metallica for me. I was not aware of the genre until I became a heavy metal singer in a heavy metal band. And the whole scene opened up for me and it was incredible. I found
1 second. Baby and brother's outside here. Oh yeah. Baby and brother are okay. Something real quick I want to say before jumping back in, because she wasn't into metal before. Everyone loves Metallica, so no one wants to say they're into metal if they only know Metallica, because there's so much more to metal. But now we know how much she loves metal because she loves that electric guitar so much with her solo work, and now she incorporates it so much. So it's awesome to see how she's traversed in her music taste.
And the whole scene opened up for me and it was incredible. I found so much beauty in it.
So it says you enrolled in 2000 at a German music university. You're gonna have to help me out here.
Karlsruhe, Hochschule für Musik.
All right. Did it better than I can. To gain a professional qualification as a soloist with further specialization in art song. In addition to the good reputation of the university, you chose to go there because some of the people at Finnish University did not take you seriously as a classical singer due to your commitment in a metal band.
I wanted just some fresh air. That's all. My singing teachers, all the teachers, they knew me going on tour all the time. They saw me doing that. I came back to my studies. I was doing my studies. Everything was great, and they were supporting me actually. There were so many kids coming to see a concerts in churches or theaters, or me singing with the symphonic orchestras or purely classical music that they have never even, some of them, walked into the church before. So yeah, it's like I was starting to break those
Boundaries, the
boundaries.
walls down. You explained that in the early days of Nightwish, it was difficult to combine classical technique with the metal sound in a way that gave you liberty of action without damaging your vocal cords. Classical techniques helped you play with your voice, so you decided not to pursue extra training in rock/pop singing.
Yeah, I've never asked help from any other type of singing teacher or professional.
Wow.
Instead, I've been always progressing as a lyrical singer, still today.
Mm-hmm.
I have a vocal coach in Buenos Aires in Argentina.
Oh.
Whenever I feel like now I'm getting to a wrong track or something, which is rarely happening anymore. I know my instrument very, very well, but you need a guidance. You need a guidance, and especially in the line of singing that I'm doing.
Now, what was the issue with potentially damaging your vocal cords the way that you were singing with Nightwish?
In the beginning, the sound, the bad sound, bad monitor mix, hearing with the veggies, the voice, it's not like you
tried to overcorrect for
Yeah,
the mix.
of course,
Right.
you cannot hear, you have the drums blasting full on your ears, and you cannot hear what you're singing, and not to over push, That means pushing means damage. It's like that.
True.
And for a lyrical singer, everything happens here. Actually, nothing happens too much here.
Oh.
And to get away from the lyrical singing technique, just to take a step aside, that was tough. But I did that on my own. I didn't want to sound like I had a potato in my mouth all the time when I was singing. Nobody could really understand what the heck I was singing. So,
Right.
so I did not want to sing like a classical singer in the rock shows.
That makes sense.
I had to find a way, and it was tough. It took me years.
So going into a little
Something
bit of
that I
night.
always forget, and because I don't sing myself, it's just how much an instrument your voice really is and how they talk about that. And like we asked Marcella what would she do if she had a kid, and what instrument would she get her into first, and it was the voice itself, the voice itself, right?
And I always forget about how much of an instrument your voice is and how much damage you can do to it outside of singing incorrectly, but then the choices we make, be it smoking or drinking or
Which she doesn't do much of.
all these other things, and
Yeah.
how that can damage your vocal cords. Even how much weight you put on
Yeah, for sure.
changes your vocal cords, because you can add weight to your vocal cords themselves and how that changes your sound.
Right.
So it's really interesting the more that I'm diving into these interviews, fact and fiction, doing our own interviews, and then some of the research that I'm doing outside of the channel on my own, and what I'm learning about the instrument that we are born with.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's insane. It's
Gotta get Oliver singing right away.
yeah.
I had to find a way, and it was tough. It took me years.
So going into a little bit of Nightwish here, Angels Fall First. Tuomas Holopainen wrote the music for the album during his time in the Finnish army.
Yeah. I believe so, yeah.
So does Finland
He was
have
young.
mandatory military service?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And even women can go. I think for women it's not mandatory, but for men, yes.
So was this kind of a little bit of his outlet during his time
I
in there?
think so, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I think so.
On Wishmaster, the song The Kinslayer is written about the victims of the Columbine High School massacre.
Right, that's correct.
What was the impact of that event in Finland?
Yeah, that was kind of like the first things, really like that kind of sort of things that started to happen afterwards. It's been
Fortunately, a lot
terrible,
more frequent today.
terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of, and especially I think for Tuomas, he had been as an exchange student in USA, and he had a US connection,
Oh, yeah.
a lot more than the rest of us in the
Right.
band. So for him, it was like a bigger impact.
And on Once, the album cost nearly 250,000 euros to make, which made it Finland's most expensive recording ever. And then this one may not know here until the release of Dark Passion Play, which cost over 500,000 euros. But
No idea.
Jeez.
I have no idea.
it was an expensive album.
I guess so.
There were even some video productions were like ridiculous.
And one more regarding Once. On January 5th, 2013, a member of the Nightwish Forum discovered the alleged Lakota language spoken in the song Creek Mary's Blood is not actually Lakota, only spoken gibberish, and stated that John Two Hawks is a fraud, John Two Hawks being the man who recorded those vocals.
Oh no.
That is weird. might be right. I have no idea.
This is the first time you're hearing about this?
Yes. Oh, gee. What? That is interesting.
For Colors in the Dark.
Wow, we just watched that.
We did just
Prince
watch
Mary's
that.
Blood, and like we just were diving into that. What John Two Hawks was about, yeah.
Down like a huge internet rabbit hole,
Yeah.
going to his like official page. I went and actually found the forum from the Nightwish forum from when that was played, and went through and read everyone's information, and like even went to all their links that they had posted.
Jeez.
Like it was a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged some of my friends about it too, being like, hey, like what's your take on this? Like, what do you know about this person? Because not knowing anything, I've never met this person, I've never even heard of this person up until we saw this reaction and like with Nightwish introducing it. That was such an extreme situation to take place. And it was one of the questions I asked some of my friends was like, well, would you fault the band for hiring this person with not knowing the background? Because he's actually, John Two Hawks is a Grammy Award winning he's won Grammys, or he's been nominated for Grammys in his performances with First Nations music. Yeah. So to like hire someone with like great credentials, looks like he has good credentials, yes. But then to find out that he actually doesn't, and it's like, what an ordeal.
And you can see even her confusion and like amazement, like, oh no, that's not good if that's true.
It's like, oh well, that looks bad on all of us.
Yeah,
if that's true, like that's terrifying.
All right.
Gee, what? That is interesting.
For Colors in the Dark, the name of the album, as the cover image, came as a metaphor from the idea that life has a large range of colors and the dark absorbs all of them, containing every color.
Yes.
So
like my baby girl. Well, she's not a baby anymore. She's 6 years old. And
they'll always be babies, right?
Yeah, always my baby. Yeah. So one day, we were talking about colors, and she's like, my favorite color is black. I said, oh, and why is that? Because mommy's favorite color is black, even though I'm not wearing any black. Mm-hmm. And why your favorite color is black? Because it absorbs all the rest of the colors. And I'm like, oh, it's exactly like that.
Like,
it's
cool.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, these interviews are awesome.
Oh, I'd love to see more of these. It's so cool.
Yeah, quick and fun. They do a good job. That's a good interview. Cuts a lot of the crap that was between and like stuck to the questions.
Good 10 minutes, you know.
Yeah, didn't look like there was much fiction there too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Tarja's always so much fun. Like she would be one of the best people to interview ever because she brings the enthusiasm, the entertainment. She's looking to stand out because that's just what she is. She's about that, and she gets passionate and she's gonna start talking about it.
Absolutely. And I love with Tarja how she's not afraid to like make those silly faces and noises that some people are afraid to do on a camera. Even myself, when we first got into the channel, I was a lot more stiff and rigid.
Very true. Yes.
The camera's terrifying.
It is.
And so, like, even at the end of that interview where Tarja's like, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a perfect way to end it.
I loved it. Perfect way to end it. But it shows, like, how comfortable she is with herself, how comfortable she is just being a human.
Yeah.
Right? Like, away from the camera, we make lots of noises and joke around and things like that. And I'm sure all families do. They have their little tics or things that they do within their family. But to be able to bring that on camera, like what Tarja just did in that one, like, second moment, it just shows how real and how human and how she is just like all of us. But she just happens to work in a job or a position that puts her in the forefront.
Yeah, and I think throughout her years, she's gotten a lot more confident in herself too. And like, she definitely stands for anything she believes in. She was mentioning that she got bullied a lot growing up too. So I think all that bullying has made her learn herself a lot faster than some others. Because like, it sometimes takes shaming and bullying to understand who you are sometimes. Because those are the things that stick out about you that a lot of these bullies want to take down. Her amazing voice is something that a lot of people say they can't stand still. I still get some emails, even like, Tarja's voice is rough. Listen to this classically trained person. And it just happens so much. So for her to be able to do those snorting laughs and just like, it shows her true self. And I think it's just incredible because we do not want to see her get bullied anymore.
No, she's a phenomenal artist. She's a phenomenal human being. There's no reason to bully her. And I can tell that the people who are still bullying her is because they're envious.
Yeah.
A lot of the time they're just envious because she is able to push past and continue to progress no matter what people say. And there are so many times, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, where you've done something, you've been proud of it, and then someone knocks you down, shames it, or bullies it because of their envy or their jealousy. And then you stop doing that thing because you think, oh, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm not doing this right. But in actuality, you were doing it so well and so correctly that other people just wanted to bring you down a notch. So being able to have a thick skin or build that thicker skin like Tarja has done is going to help progress and become a master at that thing that you're working towards.
Yeah, and I think she breaks down walls and has shown that classic music and the classical singing itself, the operatic singing, really does mix with metal, because I would have never thought they would have mixed. And the first song I got to hear was Dark Chest of Wonders, and it was Tarja singing, and that's actually what got me hooked. It was Tarja before Floor, so that's always why there's a special place for me with Tarja, because that's who I first was introduced with Nightwish, with this amazing, beautiful album back here. So I hope you guys had a good time with this Wikipedia fact or fiction from Loudwire, one of my favorite channels for amazing content like this. Petra, thank you so much for your Buy Me an Energy drink request. We really appreciate that as well. We'll put the link down there if you guys want to do a Buy Me an Energy drink request as well. But if you guys had a good time with us, hit that like button, comment down below if you want us to see more of these type of interviews, and if you want to see Tarja come down our story time with ETC, and subscribe if you are new to the Enter the Chronic family, because we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, Petra, for bringing this down the rabbit hole. We absolutely love Tarja here, and I cannot wait to see more. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.